Stanek has found a home opening games for the Rays, allowing just one earned run in his last 17 2/3 innings as the opener. Tonight, Stanek goes to the hill against red-hot Baltimore second baseman Jonathan Schoop in Game 3 from Hampton Yards. Tonight in Baltimore, clear skies, scattered white clouds, a beautiful evening for baseball in contrast to last night's rain-soaked delay. And as far as the Rays are concerned, a rain-soaked decision as they are even with Baltimore now in this series, a game apiece. Hi again, everyone, with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. So good to have you with us. Well, last year, if you go back to the first week in September, going into the game last night, Baltimore had put together a record of 33-93. They are looking for good news, and Jonathan Schoop is giving them something here. Schoop, a home run last night, swinging a hot bat.
Listen, the month of July, he's hit safely in 20 out of 21 games, but it has been the long ball that has caught everybody's attention over the last week. I mean, Jonathan Schoop, and Dwayne, you talked about it last night. 5 consecutive games with a home run. He's hit 6 in his last 7 games. Every mistake right now, not only is he putting a good swing on it, but he is getting some big-time carry. He got Ryan Yarbrough on that cutter in. He gets Chris Archer on the 2-strike slider that didn't have any depth to it. Right now, you had better be very, very careful with Jonathan Schoop because he is making opposing pitchers pay. Ryan Stanek, on the other hand, as an opener, look how good he's been. 14 times he's done this, an ERA of 1.31. He's only been scored upon in 2 of his 14 opens, including just 1 time in his last 12 opens, and that covers 17 2/3 innings. So he's going to come out of that bullpen blazing that fastball, 97, 98, 99. Here comes the slider, here comes the split. Maybe you get 2 innings out of him, and then we'll see.
So it'll be Ryan Stanek on the hill for the Rays as the opener, and the right-hander Kevin Gausman, big right-hander out of LSU. His story has been one of mixed success this year at 4-8, and the same thing against the Rays. Last time out, not so good, but he has put together a string of outstanding starts against the Rays. So we'll see in Game 3 of this 4-game series, just moments away from Baltimore. Rays and the Orioles squaring off tonight. Rays coming in 53-51 on the year. And in the season series against Baltimore, they have won 6 of the first 11 games. Final trip into Baltimore of the year for the Rays. They'll see the Orioles for 2 more series at Tropicana Field. Lineups tonight presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Kevin Kiermaier is going to lead it off, followed by Matt Duffy, and then Jake Bauers. C.J. Cron will hit cleanup. He'll be the designated hitter. Joey Wendell in left field tonight, and at second base, Daniel Robertson. In right, hitting 7th is Malik Smith. Jesus Sucre, after his relief appearance last night, will do the catching. He'll hit 8th, and Willie Adames in the lineup, batting 9th, playing shortstop.
Well, taking them out tonight for the Baltimore Orioles is going to be right-hander Kevin Gausman, and you can see in 14 starts against the Rays, mixed bag. You know, the record 6-6, the ERA 4.13. We highlighted in the open how dominant he was for a stretch there. However, the last time the Rays saw him, they got to him pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how sharp he is early on. That usually will tell the tale.
Well, there's Kevin Kiermaier. Had a couple of hits last night. The bat's showing some signs of life here recently. The average up to 190. He tries to get back into the full swing of things. And we'll see how it all fares tonight. Gausman all set. And the pitch on the way is a ball down and in. James Hoy calling the balls and strikes. 47-year-old umpire out of Parma, Ohio. And the pitch is a ball, 2-0.
I know Parma quite well, Dwayne.
Well, I thought you might, and thought that you might see that favorably. I can understand that. The other side, however, with Hoy, not as inclined to call strikes as some other umpires. There's a base hit near the left field line. Mancini with a pickup. Kiermaier digs for 2. He is out at second base. Kiermaier sliding into second base and a little slow in getting up, jamming into that bag. And the Rays will have to go out and take a look. That's a base hit. Mancini picks up his 8th assist of the year, throwing out Kiermaier at second.
And Dwayne, this is because within the division, you know that Kevin Kiermaier is going to do this. And so he's going to try to avoid that tag there by Scope. And hopefully, you hope that that ankle is okay. You could see it immediately. He felt something. Boy, Mancini, what a great job getting to that baseball, barehanding it. Nice low throw, and Scope with a quick tag. You can't not do it any better than those two. And you just hope that Kiermaier's okay.
Yeah, you could see him grab that left ankle. And he's been bothered since early this year with that foot injury. And this time grabbing the ankle. There's Matt Duffy. And he takes a strike. Duffy hitting .301, .311 against right-handed pitching. One and one. Duffy not in the starting lineup last night. Bounces this one down to third. Scooped by Valencia. 2 outs now. The base hit. Kiermaier cut down at second, tried to stretch it into 2, and now the roller off the bat of Duffy.
Well, the big 3 for Gausman is going to be the fastball, the slider, and the split. Occasional changeup. We'll throw a traditional changeup from time to time. Occasional curveball, but the big 3, fastball, slider, split, and that's what the Rays are going to have to contend with here tonight.
Jake Bauer in the batter's box. Pitch is a strike on the inside part of the plate. Bauer's hitting .245 with 6 home runs and 23 runs batted in. 1-1. It's inside.
You know, we often see, you know, pitchers, even starters, go exclusively out of the stretch, but here you see Gossman, he's out of the windup. I look at just a tiny toe tap, already kind of angled towards home plate, really trying to simplify things by doing that. And that seems to be the name of the game as far as teaching pitching nowadays. Guys really trying to simplify their delivery, keep it more compact.
There's a strike, 3-2. Yeah, you're right about that. A lot more of the simplification project going on than in years past when you had some windups that were almost windmills.
Yes, they were. I mean, you had over the head, you had the arms coming out wide, high leg kicks.
Ball 4 outside, bodies swinging from one side to the other.
You look at Jim Palmer. You know, we run into him all the time here in Baltimore, and look at his delivery. He had a lot of arms and legs coming at you.
Yeah, pretty good sized leg kick.
Yes, pretty effective too. Let's take a look at the Oriole defense, brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in the outfield, left to right, we've got Mancini, Jones, and Rickard. And across that infield, third to first, Valencia, Beckham, Scope, and Davis, with Caleb Joseph once again behind the dish.
C.J. Crone will get a chance. There's Jim Palmer immortalized out there. That's kind of a Rockettes kick right there.
I mean, think about it. Doing that 115, 120 times a game.
Yep.
There's some deception there and tremendous stuff. Great competitor.
Strike the count on Crone. Career high 20 home runs. Pops it to the right side. Davis tracking it right up against the stands, and it's about 4 rows back. 0-2. There's Kiermaier strolling through the dugout. Man on, 2 away. Outside, 1-2. Crone 0 for 4 here in Thursday's game, and reaches for that one. Out on strikes. No runs ahead, 1 left. Bottom of the first coming, no score. The Orioles 30-74 on the year now. Here's the lineup put together by Baltimore, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Tim Beckham again leading off, followed by the red hot Jonathan Scope, and then Adam Jones. Mark Trumbo, Chris Davis, and Danny Valencia down the heart of the lineup, followed by Mancini, Rickard, and Joseph.
Well, the Rays looking for another quick start from Ryan Stanek, and he will be taking the mound to open things up here. And this is what he's done his last 12 times out. We talked about it a little bit. 1 earned run given up in 17 2/3. He has been utterly dominant.
First pitch is upstairs.
That's the one good thing about Stanek, even Hunter Wood, in this role. There's nothing to hold back. These guys come out just letting it rip.
This one is upstairs, 2-0, 98. And interestingly enough, with Stanek, it really seems to have worked to his advantage. You know, he was trying to establish himself in the major leagues with that very good arm, and late out of the bullpen. Well, he's come in as the opener here and has taken charge from the outset and has pitched brilliantly for the most part. Two-one count on Beckham.
These days they put a lot of stress on an opposing manager, because you know a lot of times Ryan Yarbrough is going to follow Stanek in. Tonight it might be Jalen Beeks, you know, both being left-handed pitchers. You know, Buck Showalter said, hey, we're right-handed dominant, so it's not that much stress on me, but you can see how it could be for other managers trying to configure their lineup. Do you configure a lineup for a guy that's going to face 5 or 6 hitters, and then you know the lefty's coming in? Or do you configure it for that lefty that may be coming in, and then Cash throws you, you know, a curveball, brings in Kittredge or another righty?
There's a couple of Arkansans right there.
That's right.
Beeks and Wood. And a swing and a miss. It's a full count on Beckham. And both Beeks and Ryan Stanek went to the University of Arkansas.
You're going to want to pay attention, Dwayne, if Beeks gets into this ball game. Pretty good scouting report on him.
Fun to watch him. Full count to Beckham. And ball 4. He draws a walk to open the Baltimore half of the first.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense and see how it's going to line up. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield, left and right, Joey Wendell, Kevin Kiermaier, and Malik Smith. And then you look at that infield, third to first, Duffy, Adames, Robertson, and Bowers. Jesus Sucre will be behind the plate.
But Jonathan Schoop hitting .245 with 16 home runs. He's homered in 5 consecutive games. That streak started on the 22nd. He takes the pitch in there for a strike. Tough year in Baltimore all the way around, and finally Schoop top. And since July, 22 games in July, he's hitting .378 with a .722 slugging percentage. 1-1.
How about this? So the month of July has the All-Star break in it, so that's 4 days off. And what is it? The 28th as we sit now. And he's had 2 10-game hitting streaks, one of them current. 10-game hit streak, then he went 0 for 4, and then started another 10-game hitting streak.
And the pitch is down, covered up by Sucre. 2-1. You know, interesting about Schoop. There's talk. The Orioles have made a couple of big deals, moving Machado and Britton. And discussion as to whether they would move Schoop or whether he would be an Oriole here next year. And if he is, would he play second base or would he play short? What would they do with him?
I think that right off the top of your head, you got to move him to shortstop, right?
One would think.
You've got to.
Oh, Looper back at first. Foul ball. Bowers after. Oh, what a nice catch. Over the shoulder, back to the infield. And Bowers takes care of that pop-up to retire a very hot hitter. Nicely done Put a little star by that one.
Well, this is our Bonefish Grill fresh catch of the game already. The over-the-shoulder basket catch, Dwayne. Jake Bowers.
Style points for that.
Well, listen, he sewed up the catch of the game, bottom one.
Setting a high mark early.
I think we may have jumped the gun a little bit. I mean, that's a great catch, don't get me wrong, but
that will be something to look for the rest of the evening.
we may award it twice.
Adam Jones, ground ball to third. Duffy Robertson, one over to Bowers, around the horn it goes. 5-4-3 for the double play. On to inning 2, no score. Tonight only, the Rays have a great steal for you. Visit raysbaseball.com/steal. You can purchase lower box tickets to the game next Saturday against the White Sox for just $20. Go to raysbaseball.com/steal to get your deal. Rays up. And by the way, I think that's the night that they're going to commemorate the 2018. Have a little celebration and a little reunion. Joey Wendell, who takes a strike. I think you'll be on the field, won't you, Ryan Anderson?
No.
You were down there in the clubhouse.
Dwayne, I'll wave from our little perch. I am not going down on the field in uniform as like the assistant to the assistant pitching coordinator.
You were all part of it.
Was
big
I?
part of it.
Yeah, he's a big part of it.
Yep.
What was strange, I'll tell you, for real, was
this ball driven deep toward the left field corner. That's going to be a foul ball, however. Boy, off the wall, had extra bases written on it, but foul.
Was heading to that spring training as a player. I mean, very strange how things worked out, because I'd taken a full, had the surgery again in 2006, the Tommy John surgery, took 2007 off to be fully as healthy as I could be. Then went down in 2008 thinking I'm going to play again. And within a short period of time, I go from blowing out again to becoming Jim Hickey's assistant to all of a sudden sitting up next to you calling games. I mean, you talk about a crazy ride.
Man of many talents.
Well,
great demand.
I don't know about that.
Clubhouse, on the field, in the booth, all over the place. 1-2 here to Wendell. It's a 2-2 count. And just a little flashback to 2008.
You know what? And yeah, so again, somebody upstairs not a big fan, because no one would ever have approved that card. That was a team issued card, and I looked like I ought to be put in a padded room.
I think that's a collector's item. Base hit up the middle. Wendell is aboard. Joey Wendell continues his excellent stretch of hitting. He came in hitting 286. To bid for an extra base hit with that ball down toward the left field corner, foul, and that's right back through the middle.
And this is another reason why I love Joey Wendell. It's that hit that gets that stupid card off the screen, and he's on first base to lead off an inning. Fantastic job.
You can thank him later. So Wendell's at first. Here's Daniel Robertson. Shortens on the bat. Pitch is down. 1-0. In case you're just joining us,
Daniel Robertson, you need to make something happen right here, right now. Hey, I will tell you this though. When I got home at the end of that season,
yep,
you know, you're like, you just can't grow the hair back out. You know, everybody had the Ray Hawk as the Rays made their run into the World Series, and so instead of growing my hair back out to meet that, whatever that was, I decided I'll just shave that off and grow it from there.
Yeah, that was a defining moment.
It absolutely was. Never have turned back. Went from a 2-guard to a 1-guard to balding clippers, and now it's a Gillette Fusion Pro Glide against the grain every other day.
Back to first goes Wendell. Grossman keeping an eye on him. Rays had a base runner briefly in the first. Kiermaier single, tried to stretch it into a double, and Mancini threw him out at second base. Now Wendell with an opening base hit in the second. Robertson starts to go, checks in plenty of time. 2-0. Robertson on a couple of times last night. One of those hit by a pitch. Ground ball third. Scooped by Valencia. Scope 1. Davis 2. And the Orioles go around the horn for the double play. Sharply hit, but right at Valencia.
That was the only way, Dwayne, that he was going to make the play. He's at the cut of the grass, and that ball got hammered, but it was right at him. And then it becomes pretty standard.
So the Rays lose the base runner on the double play. Malik Smith about to step in. Pitch is down. 1-0. Chopper, that's going to go over the mound and through into center field. The Rays have some 2-out speed aboard. See what the Rays do with Malik Smith over there. There's 18 steals.
You absolutely think about putting him in motion. Opposing base stealers 6 out of 8 off Gossman. 2 outs. Why not?
It doesn't count. If I hit a solo, no.
And Jesus Sucre getting the start behind the plate tonight. Shoots it toward right center field. That's going to be in there for extra bases. Malik Smith hitting third. They're going to wave him around. Throws to the plate, will not be in time on the double by Sucre. And with 2 outs, the Rays take a 1-0 lead. Sucre's 4th double of the year, driving in his 14th run.
And that's how quickly it can happen. All of a sudden, Gossman is probably thinking like we are about Malik Smith over there. He's going to quicken his delivery and leave this pitch right out over the heart. And Sucre ready to go. That ball off the bat, you knew nobody had a chance to get to it. And with Smith's speed, that's going to be a run.
Willie Adames. Adames hitting an even 200. He's trying to find his stride again. Right now 2 for his last 17. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch covered up, 2-0.
Well, one thing that we have seen opposing pitchers going after Adames with the slider down and away. That's what the first 2 pitches here from Gausman were. And that's been a pitch that he has rolled over time and again. And so you're going to continue to see that until you find a way to lay off of it like he has, or drive it the other way.
It's fouled back and down the right side. 2-1. Inside. Gausman, 27 years old. Big right-hander. Kiermaier on deck for the Rays. It's foul back and out of play. So 3-2 the count on Adames. Up the right side toward the corner. That ball will be foul and up into the stands, just out of play. 3:18 down the line here in right, 3:33 to left. And the deepest part of the park, that triangle just a bit to the left of straightaway center, is 410. For the most part, the fence 7 feet high.
Well, it gives you some chances to see balls brought back. Adam Jones has been able to do that. We've seen some great catches here because of that wall.
Swing and a miss. Pitch down and away. Got him with a slider. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Rays. WB Mason, who but WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. By Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Rays with a 1-0 lead on the RBI double by Jesus Sucre. Mark Trumbo will open the bottom of the second inning. From Trumbo, the designated hitter. Ball, no strikes, the count. Trumbo, Davis, Valencia, middle part of the lineup for Stanek, who made 11 pitches in the first, gave up a walk. Nice play behind him from Jake Bowers at first, and then threw a double play ball. Skied towards center. Kiermaier had him played a little bit toward right center, and there to make the catch. One away. Good to see Kiermaier moving just fine after sliding into the bag at second and taking a little time to square that ankle away.
We talk about it all the time, how important his wheels are to his game. And boy, when you saw him go into the bag, yeah, you're thinking, uh-oh. There he is, none the worse for wear.
There's Davis, which is upstairs. Ball, no strikes. Davis with 11 home runs and a 156 batting average. Pitch missed a little low. Stanek his 33rd appearance and his 15th start in the opener's role. He falls behind Davis. Worked Wednesday against the Yankees and worked 2 days prior to that, Monday against New York. Worked an inning in each of those outings. An inning and a third here tonight. There's a strike, 3-1. Cut and a miss. So it's now a full count. A fastball at 98 by Davis.
You're probably going to see that again, trying to come all the way back from down 3-0.
And he lost him. Gave up a walk to Beckham in the first. Now this walk to Davis. On one out, Danny Valencia. Boy, how tough he's been against the Rays. Our Toyota inside look. Go back to 2016. He's hitting .473 over 21 games.
And how about some big hits?
Yep.
5 game winners.
Well, it's got to end sometime, one would think.
You would certainly hope so.
Rays would like to get a double play ball here. And there's a strike at 99. Well, the lefty up in the Rays bullpen, Jalen Beeks. Coming over in the Nathan Eovaldi deal from Boston. It's a 1-1 count. Back into the screen, a foul ball. 1-2. And a cut and a miss. He got Valencia to chase the high fastball.
And you are not going to be able to get up to that one. That far out of the zone at 99. Good job by Stanek to set him up and put him down.
Two outs with Chris Davis aboard at first. The hitter is Trey Mancini.
You can see as he was walking away too, he was talking, asking James Hoy, was that up? And the answer was a definitive yes.
It was 99. I couldn't quite see it all when it went by.
Sounded up.
Yeah. Strike the count on Mancini. One. Put in 2-1. Two and one to count. Evens it on Mancini.
That slider has looked better and better. He's continued to refine those secondary pitches, and now they've just become weapons. You know, that fastball, that's going to set the tone, set the pace. But the slider's been very good, and he has a real good idea of when to go to that pitch.
High fly ball lifted deep to left. Wendell's going to go to the wall, and that's out of here. Mancini lifts a home run to left to give Baltimore a 2-1 lead. His 13th home run of the year. Well, the first couple innings belonged to Trey Mancini, who cut down Kiermaier in the first, trying to stretch his opening hit into a double, and now this two-run home run for Mancini.
And you saw the pitch was a split. And ironically enough, after we get done talking about the slider, probably wishes he went with another slider. The split is the pitch that's still under construction.
Now here's a shot off the bat of Rickard to the wall again. Wendell, and that one is out of here. Rickard jumped on a first pitch fastball and hits his 6th home run of the year. It's 3-1.
Well, all that is just ambush city. You know, you give up a home run on a split, and Joey Rickard is saying he certainly is going to start me with the hard stuff. No question about it. So if I get one out over the plate, I'm going to let it go. And that's exactly what he did.
Stanek quickly finds himself down by a couple runs. First pitch strike to Caleb Joseph. The Orioles go back-to-back off the hard-throwing right-hander. It's 1-1. Tapper foul. Well, this two-out uprising does a couple things. Number one, it puts the Rays behind in the game early, 3-1. The other thing, it gets the bottom of the order up here against Stanek, and ideally you'd love to see a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings, maybe 7 hitters at the most. That second pitcher coming in.
You know, that was kind of how it was designed. So the second guy in would start at the bottom of the order, wouldn't have to face the top of the opposing lineup right away. And as the outing goes on, maybe he only sees him twice and pitches 5 or 6 innings. But now the way that it looks, well, not the way it looks. I mean, it's the best case scenario is he starts at the top of the lineup, because the Orioles have been able to extend this inning with a couple of blasts.
Cini's 2-run home run. Rickard followed on the very next pitch, hitting a fastball out. A little tapper. Standing with the toss to first to Bowers. Second inning is over, but the Orioles scored 3 on 2 blasts. 3-1 Baltimore.
By a very special guest out here in left field, president of the team, Brian Auld. Brian, thank you so much for joining us. We have this corporate partners trip. Can you explain what this trip is all about?
Sure. Every year we take our corporate partners on one road trip. This year we came to Baltimore. It's been fantastic. Gotten to spend some time with some players, coaches, see the city, and eat a few crab cakes.
So what do they get to do? What is included in this trip?
Well, yesterday we got through the rain delay with a little help from Willie Adamas and Malik Smith, who came by to share a few words and talk to us a little bit.
Hey, there's a drive deep to right field, and on the first pitch here in the third, Kiermaier has unloaded his 4th home run, and the Rays get one of those runs back.
That was exciting.
That was exciting. You know, this is the 2nd year in a row on this trip we've watched a home run during my interview. We might have to do this more often. Last year was in St. Louis, I believe. All right, KK, glad to see he's feeling well. But we had a brunch this morning. Charlie Montoyo and Ozzie Timmons were there, along with Daniel Robertson, Jake Bowers, Ryan Yarborough, and it's just a great opportunity for our partners to get a little bit closer to the team. We do so much work with them, both on the business side and also in the community, and so it's a great way for us to say thank you to them and for them to spend a little time together in a special experience.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like they're definitely enjoying it. Do they seem excited?
So far, so good. Yeah, that home run seemed to get things going a little bit better here.
All right, so I got to ask, any updates with the Ybor City site?
You know, nothing, no news to break, but things continue to move along positively. The Rays 2020 group is, of course, working hard to bring in even more corporate sponsors. These folks that we have in the suite tonight are fantastic examples of the kinds of partners that we need in the community, and we're seeing more and more interest thanks to the great work by Chuck Sykes and Ron Cristaldi and all the other volunteers involved with that effort. The county and the city and the team are all working cooperatively to figure out where we go from here and how we can start to answer some of the more pressing questions, including, of course, how we're going to finance the park.
Ryan, thank you so much. I feel like we should just continue this to try and get some more homers on the board.
Let's see what we can do.
I'm going to toss it back to Dwayne MBA. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, well, a job well done. You got a run as Duffy goes out pitcher first. Gossman to Davis. A home run by Kiermaier draws the Rays to within 1 run in a 3-2 ball game. Let's revisit that home run.
Well, it was a get me over slider that was supposed to be backdoor. You can see where Caleb Joseph was set up, but it broke its way to the middle, and then Kevin Kiermaier broke it deep out into right field.
Bowers takes a pitch down. That's the second home run for Kiermaier in his career off Gossman. He's now 6 of 20 against this right-hander. Bowers working him here, has a 2-0 count going. Rays with hits in each of the first 3 innings. 2-1. Fouls a fastball right back. 90s, and it's 2-2. A good take there, down and away.
That's the thing that impresses you about Bowers at bats. The majority of hitters, I'll bet you, offer at that pitch, whether they foul it off or swing and miss for strike 3. But they go after it, and he's able to recognize it and lay off.
And he swings through the fastball at 97.
And you know, regardless, so okay, he got beat on a 97-mile-an-hour heater. He's not real happy about it. Nobody is. But still, the ability to take that previous pitch and show that discipline, have another good at-bat even though it ended poorly.
Yeah, you hear the phrase a good batting eye. He does have a good eye at the plate and can wait. That's the thing that's been so impressive, how long he waits to evaluate a pitch. A big cut and a miss by C.J. Cron.
Well, the way that guys nowadays are able to start the ball in the zone and take it out, if you're a jumpy hitter, ooh, you're a target. It's not going to go very well for you.
Ground ball. That'll be backhanded by Scope from short left field. He makes the throw. Cron is out of there, out of the shift. Home run for Kevin Kiermaier. The Rays put up another run on the board. We go to the bottom of inning 3. Baltimore leading the Rays 3-2.
head into the bottom of the third inning. And taking the mound now for the Tampa Bay Rays is going to be left-hander Jalen Beeks. And Dwayne, let's look at a scouting report. Number one, trading places. Of course, he was brought over from the Boston Red Sox in the Nate Eovaldi trade. So he makes his way to Tampa Bay. And follow me on this one. Cornering the pork belly market. Think about it. He went to the University of Arkansas, the Razorbacks, also known as the Hogs. Ryan Stanek goes to the University of Arkansas. Now Hunter Wood, who did not go to the University of Arkansas, he hails from Arkansas. So it looks as if bringing Jalen Beeks in, the Rays are cornering the pork belly market.
Yeah, the heartland certainly well represented here for the Rays on this pitching staff now with the addition of Beeks.
Sell low.
See his numbers
when you'd rather sell high.
At Pawtucket, 5-5 in 16 outings. And the pitch is upstairs as he faces Tim Beckham. So the Rays acquiring Beeks from the Red Sox Wednesday. And the trade, as you mentioned, for Nathan Eovaldi.
That's never going to get old. I hope he plays for the Rays for the rest of his career. Beeks.
Be fun.
Yes, it would.
And he would only have traded places once if he stays here.
That's all they needed to do, was make that particular movie once.
3-0 the count. And he gives up a walk on 4 pitches to Beckham. It's interesting to hear Kevin Cash talking about Beeks coming over here and what he's looking for tonight. He throws a variety of pitches, but more than anything, Cash was saying it's going to be about strike throwing. So he'd like to see him avoid those 4-pitch walks.
Well, Dwayne, a very small sample size with the Red Sox at the big league level, but his first pitch strike percentage was just a hair over 40%. And we know that, you know, unless you're into the mid to upper 50s, that even you'd like to see it a little bit higher. But that will be the key, you know, fastball, cutter, curveball change. The cutter's the pitch that has really allowed him to take the next step. Had big strikeout numbers at AAA Pawtucket this season.
Pitch is down. 1-1. Beeks had made a couple of appearances in 2 stints with Boston. 1 start. Ground ball by the mound. Robertson will step on the bag and throw to first to get the double play. So leadoff walk and the double play erases that. The bases are empty with 2 gone.
That's a great way to right a wrong. Get that ball on the ground right into the teeth of the defense and let Daniel Robertson do his thing.
So the bases are empty now for Adam Jones. You know, just a couple of big league appearances with Boston. Difficult to put a lot of significance to those numbers. So as he makes more and more appearances for the Rays, the sample size will become greater and we'll get a much better idea. There's a first pitch strike. His ground ball rate had been just 29%. But we'll see how that turns out the more we see him pitch.
You know, if he's able to drive that fastball downhill, the cutter should help him get more ground balls, whether he's jamming a right-handed hitter or a left-handed hitter off the end of the bat.
It's a swing and a miss from Jones. 1-2 now.
That's a hard changeup. 88.
Adrenaline pumping here in this first Rays appearance.
It's either that or he took a little off of a 2-seam.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know quite yet.
2-2.
But yeah, you know the blood is pumping. New team, you want to fit in, you want to come in and get the job done right away to impress your new teammates.
Tap down to third. Into Duffy's glove, and the throw to first in time. Walk, a double play ball, and a ground ball to third. We're through the third. 3-2 Baltimore. Will Myers recording the first multi-homer game of his career, becoming the 8th rookie in 25 years to hit 2 home runs in a single game versus New York at Yankee Stadium. Joey Wendell leading off here in the 4th. Pitch is a strike on that outside corner, says James Hoy. Wendell singled his first time, then was erased on a double play ball. It's popped up, foul ball. Valencia near the stands and reaching in and makes the catch over there by the camera well. Has a little seat on the retreat there, but hangs on to the baseball.
I think Michelle Margot swiped the leg.
There she is.
Right, now sweep the leg. There. Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that quicker than the eye right there, that move.
You gotta keep your eye on her.
Yep. Daniel Robertson now.
What?
Pitches a ball, 1-0. Yeah, just describe that action.
So I was actually once told a couple years ago when I first started working in baseball that if you see the baseball coming, go towards the fielder because that's where they're going to go protect. No, I'm getting out of that way.
Okay, now, you know what? More importantly, who gave you that advice? Because that sounds completely wrong.
Yeah, that sounds like a collision.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, maybe we should stop showing that.
I can't believe you swiped that leg, though. I can't believe you took him down like that.
I didn't do anything.
Well.
But I owe him one.
See, no, and you're doing the right thing. You should always deny. Deny, deny, deny.
Deny what?
And a great job. So we commend you for that.
Did you,
I'm
Michelle,
not an athlete, guys.
And by the way, Michelle, I know you love the scouting report tonight. Right up your alley. Trading places, big fan. I know you are. Clarence
What?
Speaks.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well,
Okay,
we're safe, guys.
Karate Kid.
Yes. Well, carry on.
Circa 1982.
Now Malik Smith with a runner at first on the walk by Robertson.
You better double bolt your door tonight. she's gonna be looking for revenge. Both of us.
Yep. And a strike to Malik Smith. Just down 1-1. Malik singled and rode home on the Sucre double in the second. And the Rays open the scoring. Right now Baltimore leading 3-2. A nice stop by Joseph on a pitch down and in. Gossman, 27 years old, originally from Colorado. Cut and a miss. 2-2. Malik's trying to help the Rays build an inning against this right-hander. Sends it into center field. Jones closing is there to make the catch. So 2 gone. Robertson back to first. And the hitter will be Sucre. A strike to Sucre. Sucre doubled in the run in the second inning. His 4th double of the year. Blocked again by Joseph. And it's 1-1. New baseball into play by Hoy. Rays with runners in each of the first 4 innings. A single run in the second, a single run in the third. Baltimore with runs in each of the first, or runners in each of the first 3. All 3 of their runs came in the second. Sucre chasing the off-speed pitch there. It's 1-2. Hey, there's another base hit for Sucre, this time through the hole on the left side. Robertson advances to second. Sucre 2 for 2. The Rays now with 6 hits in the game, and that will get Adames up here with a chance to do some damage.
Well, he just hung it. He tried to go back with the slider. You can see that ball just spinning, stays middle of the plate. That's too easy for an opposing hitter, and Sucre obliges, knocks that ball into left field, keeps the inning alive, keeps the scoring chance alive.
Adames takes a pitch inside. No. Pitch up and backing up. Now down and away with it off the plate. So Adames has the count running in his favor at 2-0. There's the 2-0 fastball up. Pitch up around the top of the zone. A swing through it by Adames. Did he go? Tried to check, and on the appeal, Amari down at first says, nope, that's a strike. The count evens 2-2.
Boy, he started to fire that front hip and then realized that ball running up and in, and it's just too late. You see that snap out there. And now you wonder if he follows that up again with that slider down and away. Does he stay with the hard stuff?
Down and away he goes, and the count is full. Well, the runners will get an extra step or two here with 2 outs, 2 men on, and a full count. Kiermaier on deck. See if Adames can keep the inning going and get Kiermaier's left-handed bat up there. Runners go. Pitch is made, and a cut and a miss. Grossman picks up his 4th strikeout, and the Rays leave 2. They've stranded 4. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th. 3-2 Baltimore. Brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealer. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. Beautiful evening in Baltimore. Steps from the Inner Harbor. 10-minute stroll. Strolling back to the mound. Jalen Beeks here for the Rays to begin his 2nd inning. He faces the big bat of Mark Trumbo, and the pitch is down and in. Chris Davis next, and then Danny Valencia. Beeks out of the 2014 June draft. Not only went to the University of Arkansas, but he was born in Fayetteville. Beautiful part of the country. Hot shot, that's foul. Down that left side. Be careful down there. It's 2-1. Little ground ball to the right side, and Robertson over to glove it. Trumbo is out of there. Robertson to Bowers.
So far, so good on the ground balls.
They really like that here. The double play ball from Sculp. Ending ground ball from Jones, and now a ground ball out from Trumbo to begin the bottom of the 4th. Davis. The pitch is up. The ball, no strikes. wide there, 2-0. Beeks went to spring training, the major league camp this year with Boston. First year he's been in the big league camp in the spring. There's a strike, 2-1. He and Andrew Benintendi, both out of the University of Arkansas, and as we mentioned earlier, Stanek and Beeks on the team together at Arkansas as well. Ball 4 is up, so that's walk number 2 issued by Beeks. Second walk drawn by Davis tonight. His pitchers have given up a walk per inning. It's not something they'd like to continue.
And you know what? That's been the story here tonight on both sides. The Rays have had plenty of base runners. The Orioles are getting some base runners via the walk. I think that's why we see the score here, 3-2 in the 4th inning. What pitching staff is going to be able to calm things down and get into a rhythm here through the middle innings?
Valencia takes that one down and in.
You see Sucre right there telling Beeks, come to me, come to me. Trying to do a little too much right now, trying to be a little too nasty. Just come right at me. You know, trust that cutter.
This one is down. Boy, you could see, and we witnessed it as long as Sucre's been here. Now, if you're a young pitcher, he's a great guy to have back there for you.
Oh, yeah, he's the coach on the field. He is another coach on the field. And right now we've got 2 of them, because here comes Kyle Snyder.
Snyder out to maybe reinforce what Sucre was trying to give him in body language. They talk it over and remind you to manage your dream team in franchise mode, plus get weekly stats, roster updates, and more. All on the RBI Baseball 18, available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. Conference on the mound concludes. Two and 0 the count to Danny Valencia. Now cut and a miss. Big cut by Valencia.
Pulled the string just a little bit. And Danny Valencia's got the count in his favor. An aggressive hitter anyway. So smart pitch there to start to claw your way back.
And down and into him there, and a swing over that pitch.
There's the cutter. That's the pitch that has been the big difference maker for Beeks. Reminds you of Ryan Yarbrough's cutter. We know how effective that pitch has been for him. He just tucks it right underneath the swing there of Valencia.
Foul the other way. You know, you do get the idea before the visit to the mound by Snyder that he was trying to almost not necessarily will that pitch, but through his delivery to like overthrow it a little bit. And what I think Sucre, and to your point, and probably Snyder said, just believe in that pitch the way you can throw it.
You know, listen, you get to the big league level, you've got a guy at the plate, you know, this is coming off of a walk, and you try to do too much. You try to make a pitch too nasty. He didn't give himself a chance because he's starting it on the inside corner. Well, if you're throwing a cutter into a righty starting on the inside corner, it's going to wrap behind him for the most part. And so that's where that trust comes in. You've got to let it go over maybe the inner third and cut it just in off.
There's one into right, going to fall in front of Smith. Davis stops at second. Valencia has a base hit, and of course he does. This guy, over the last couple of years, hitting .500 off Rays pitching. He's 1 for 2 tonight.
This pitch. I think that was the changeup, and he left it up. Might be a little bit of a split change. And Danny Valencia, let's see what we got here. It's about 4 or 5 miles off the fastball, and there it is. That's just a two-fingered, almost a prong changeup. Got that index finger kind of knuckled down, almost a circle change. Boy, that's hard. That's only 4 or 5 mile an hour difference from the heater.
Mancini fouls it away.
Boy, that's a pitch where you think about him, Beeks long term. Fastball 91, 92, cutter 87, 88, and then if you could get that changeup down in that 82, 84 range, because right now his changeup is almost as hard as his cutter. No difference whatsoever.
The average on that, I think, is close to 86, 85.7, I think. We checked on the limited number of pitches he's accumulated in the major leagues. So I think the point you make is right on.
You'd like to see a bigger difference. Imagine if you've got the curveball at 77, and then all of a sudden you've got cutter 88, fastball 92, changeup 82, 83. Boy, you've got a lot of different, zones to force a hitter to have to deal with.
Little looper into short right. That's going to fall to load the bases. Now that Smith comes up with it, returns it to Bowers, and the bases are loaded as Mancini on an 0-2 pitch essentially bloops it into right.
Yeah, didn't hit it hard, and boy, those are the frustrating ones. You're trying to put a guy away. There's the hook. He rolls that thing in there. Maybe a little bit too good of a pitch for Mancini to take a swing on, but it got in on him, and he's able to fight it off.
Well, the bases are loaded now for Beeks. 1 out, and he's going to face Joey Rickard. Pitch is down to Rickard. Rickard over the 200 mark. 6 home runs on the year now. Another little looper up the right side. That's going to fall just fair. Davis scores. Valencia scores. They're going to wave Mancini to the plate. He scores into second. Rickard, and on the bloop up the right side, 3 men score for Baltimore, and it's 6-2.
Leadoff walk and the last 2 hits will keep you up at night.
Boy, won't they?
Man.
That ball just fair, not hit well.
Nope, cutter. Got the cutter in. And again, he just fights it off, just inside out, and able to drop that thing a few inches fair.
He's down by 4. Here's Caleb Joseph. Ball, no strikes. 6 runs, 5 hits, 4 walks to go with the 5 hits for Baltimore. Joseph fighting that one off in, fouls it. Outside, 2-1. Ground ball to the left side. Rickard's going to be waved around, and he will score without a play. Joseph drives in the run. His 4 runs charged to the left-hander Beeks. A walk and 4 straight hits.
Well, Caleb Joseph's been swinging the bat well here in July for Buck Showalter at the bottom of the order. And he gets this pitch. You can see right there, Sucre reaching back all the way across the plate. And Joseph just drops the barrel on it and finds the opening.
Well, Tim Beckham up, the leadoff man, making his 3rd plate appearance of the night already. It's only the 4th inning. Pitch is a strike, fastball. Way upstairs, and it's 1-1. 4 runs home, a man at first, 1 out. Beeks 27 pitches into the 4th inning. Ground ball back to the hill. Out at second, and the throw to first, scoop. So the double play ends the 4th, but a big one for Baltimore, and they build a 7-2 lead.
In Baltimore, well, it is time now for your Chevy Prospect Spotlight. And guys, you're not going to believe this. I'm not making it up. We're looking at two-way player Brendan McKay. Again, 2nd night in a row. He had his first career multi-home run game last night. He was 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. And then the night before that, he threw 3 shutout innings while striking out 5. I mean, you guys talked about it last night. Just his hitting and his pitching matching up, and it seems like they've been doing that so far.
Yeah, for those who wondered, should he pursue pitching over hitting or hitting over pitching, that makes the decision even more difficult. He's just going to continue. That was the agreement when the Rays drafted and signed him. They're happy with him to pursue both avenues, and with numbers like that, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Whatever feels good, Dwayne. Whatever feels good. It looks like, by the way, our boy Brendan McKay is cornering the market on Prospect Spotlight. Can't get him off it anymore.
Oh, you keep having performances like that, might be his show.
I just want to be a guest.
Long foul ball headed out of play. That ball had great carry the other way for Kiermaier. One ball, 1 strike to count. Well, hey, there's another guy. He's been on the mound. Sucre.
You know
He
what?
can hit and pitch, catch.
Listen, he's done an all right job out there on the mound. I know his ERA is not where he would like it, but he throws strikes. He changed speeds. Carlos Gomez, he's like that young prospect.
Yes, that's exactly right. Valencia down at third, throws out Kiermaier. Well, Gomez last night pitches the way he plays.
Oh, yes. Oh, well, see that right there. Bat right, no. A big arm.
Yeah.
But just had trouble with the rules.
Yeah, the rules. Rules. We have rules.
He had trouble with the different, yeah.
He did, I think, wasn't his first pitch 91?
It was 91. Yeah, and then he backed off. He was upper 80s. But the problem was 17 out of 21 balls were out of the zone.
Got to work on that a little bit.
Yeah. You know what, though? I loved his comments after the game, where he talked about the fact, you get a chance to do something that you've never done before or haven't done in a long time, and you realize how difficult pitching is.
Yeah.
Throwing strikes even.
Newborn respect for pitchers.
Yeah. It's just like when pitchers get the opportunity to hit and realize, wow, this isn't really easy.
Yeah. 1-1 to count on Matt Duffy. 2 balls and a strike. Duffy, a couple of ground ball outs. Pitcher first in the 3rd inning and a ground ball to 3rd in the 1st. Average dropping to 299, under 300 for the first time in a long time for Duffy. He's ahead, 3 balls and a strike. Three-one, a liner into center. There's a base hit. 1 hop to Jones.
Take that, Statsy.
So Duffy has himself a single. Sharply hit.
Right back to 3 bills.
That's right. A little incentive and he's aboard. 1 on, 1 out for Jake Bowers. Well, the Rays have had men all over the bases tonight. A single run in the 2nd and a single run in the 3rd. They're trying to build an inning. Close the gap a bit. Bowers ground ball, shortstop. Beckham, Scope, Davis, 6-4-3. So the double play ends that top half of the 5th. 7-2 Baltimore. Coming up tomorrow on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your local Honda dealers. 2018 Baseball Hall of Fame inductions, and Doug will break down Orioles right-hander Dylan Bundy.
Who was I supposed to break down today? Because I think I made that read yesterday.
Gaussman.
Are we sure?
I think that was it.
Okay.
Yep.
A lot of times we just fire things in there that are not completely accurate. You know, it's a fluid situation. Something may come up.
Yeah. Got to be able to adjust on the fly sometimes.
As the camera turns down, red light goes on. Sometimes you got to make a quick adjustment.
That's right. 2-1 the count on Scope leading off the bottom of the 5th. Jones next, and then Trumbo. Foul ball takes the count to 2-2.
You know, you're told you're going to cover one thing. Next thing you know,
you're asked about something else.
Well, yeah, guys are head faking and
you're
trying to keep your feet.
Yeah.
You want to leave your feet.
And another little soft looper the other way, and Scope has a base hit.
And exactly, and where this gets really frustrating for a pitcher. How many of these balls have been stung? Not many.
Yep.
Another one, little soft serve. Ball gets in on him.
Well, you look at the 4th inning after the walk to Davis, 1-out walk. Valencia, looper into right. Mancini on a curveball, looper into right. Rickard with the bases loaded. A double that dropped just inside the right field line. And now base hit the other way by Scope, and here's Adam Jones. Swing, a little foul ball. Strike one. Seven-2 ball game. Jones twice has hit the ball on the ground to third. Counting into a double play in the first. Now he goes up the right side, foul, out of play. 0-2. Jones got into the act with a home run last night in that game. A miss right there. First strikeout for Beeks. Out number 1 here in the 5th inning.
Able to drop the hook. He got some good break. A little sweep to it.
One on, one out. Now Mark Trumbo. Pitch is down. Every spot in the Baltimore lineup has reached base with the exception of Jones and Trumbo. They're 3 and 4 hitters. 5 runs, 7 hits, 4 walks in the game. A 2-ball, no strike count on Trumbo. Jalen Beeks making his Rays debut. Touched for 4 runs in the 4th inning. 5 consecutive hitters reaching base. A walk and 4 hits. And 2-1. Manfred biting down and in. To chase, and it's 2-2.
Well, you can see Beeks, his arsenal, and how it can start to line up to have success. That nasty cutter right there, again, getting it down and underneath the swing of the right-handed hitter, and then you think about that changeup, that split, or not the split changeup, but his changeup working down and away.
Ground ball, that's going to go through past the diving Duffy.
And right now, everything that's hit is finding a hole. A couple of ground balls in the hole and all the bloops. And that's exactly what you want in that situation. With one out, go down and away, get the ground ball to the left side. But they keep finding openings.
Yeah, that can be very frustrating. Chronicled all those hits the other way, blooping in the fourth. And now the ground ball through the left side for Trumbo.
Well, the struggle here is to stay positive and to keep focusing on making the next pitch when everything has gone against you so far. And on top of that, you're a young pitcher in the game. Not a whole lot of experience at this level to fall back on. Just keep battling.
A little wide there to Chris Davis, who has walked twice and has scored 2 runs. Ground ball first, Bowers to second one and back to first, safe there. Beeks trying to find the bag and found it too late. Scope advances to third. Davis reaches on a fielder's choice.
Quite get there in time, Dwayne. Jake Bowers gets that ball down there to Adames, back to Beeks, and you can see he catches that ball and the feet. Now he's trying to find it, and it's too late. Got over in time, just could not find the bag in time.
Well, I think the Rays would like to take a look at that.
You could see him reach. It reaches back with that, as he's trying to find the bag as the foot of the runner. In this case, Davis coming down. And I guess close enough that the Rays trying to get out of this inning right now.
Yeah, I think if he had been able to go directly to the bag, probably would have gotten a call to begin with.
Oh, easy.
But reaching for it.
See right there, he's there in plenty of time, but now does that foot find it? There he's reaching. That's so close.
Yeah, they're going to have to split hairs on this one. Did he get there?
Oh,
boy, that is very close. And they come out of that with the prevailing safe call. So the review, and it stands there at first. The Rays exhaust their challenges. Danny Valencia. First and third, 2 gone. Valencia fouls one back. Valencia with a base hit and a run scored. Stanek worked 2, gave up 3 runs. Now Beeks has been charged with 4. Going to close out his 3rd inning. Breaking ball and a bit high. 1-1. Ball slices out of play. 1-2. Starting the day 2 games over 500 at 53 and 51. The game tomorrow against Baltimore, and then the Rays return home. They'll be home for an extended stand. Way upstairs this time. It's 2-2. We'll be with you tomorrow at 12:30. Fox Sports Sun. Wrap up game of this series in Baltimore. And then home against the Angels, the White Sox, and the Orioles again. Tapper, that'll be charged by Adames, and they flip to Robertson at second for the Force. We're going to head into the 6th inning. 7-2 Baltimore. That doubleheader. So they're going to wind up, well, right now 5.5 back of Boston, and with Severino struggling the last few times out, they're looking for some stability in that rotation. C.J. Cron, high popper on the first pitch, and it's caught by Caleb Joseph in foul ground. So one pitch for Gausman in the 6th inning, one away.
You know, for the longest time, he was the one guy that you absolutely could count on.
Yeah, almost untouchable.
Yeah, and consistently so. And now 4 straight subpar outings. You know, some of them coming against some teams that haven't been known to swing the bats real well this season. And definite concern. You think about Aaron Judge being out with the chip fracture in the wrist. That doesn't help things. You know, what are you going to get out of Sonny Gray? He's been better lately, but health of Tanaka and Sabathia, is that going to hold up? You know, because they're going to be pitching meaningful games for the next couple of months, and it's going to be quite a race with the Yankees in a little bit of a spot here.
Into left, Mancini back to make the catch on the ball hit by Wendell. 2 gone. Well, the Yankees may wind up with their own version of a bullpen day or two with that bullpen they put together.
Well, listen, there's no doubt about that. We talked about it, you know, just in theory, what they could do. You run a starter out there, Luis Sessa. It was during his ball game. You know, you run him out there for 3 or 4 innings, and then you've got the horses to be able to, you know, bring him in one after the other and play the matchup game for the rest. But you know that they'd like to avoid that unless need be. And you can't start doing something like that right now, not unless you're the Rays.
Yep.
That's kind of built into the DNA, though. That's part of the plan. And I'm sure that hasn't been very easy on Kevin Cash and the staff, trying to keep everybody fresh.
You know, I've never heard necessarily of a manager having an incentive clause, but if he had, for an example, a pitching change clause in his contract, I mean, he could really cash in.
I mean, if I had a nickel, or he had a nickel for every time he made it, be a very rich man.
I'll tell you, he's been one of the busiest managers in the game for sure.
Oh boy. That mind working overtime. Anyway, and we always talk about the American League, the league where the manager can run out his starting pitcher and then just kick back.
Yeah,
let your lineup do its thing.
You know, and for years when the American League adopted the DH, well, these guys really don't have to manage. All the managers are in the National League.
Yep.
Well, we're seeing a guy here. There's a ball driven to center by Robertson over the head of Jones. Daniel Robertson on his way to second and with a double. His 14th double this year. With 2 outs, the Rays get a man into scoring position.
I got to try to start chipping away. This is a way to do it. And here's the jump of Jones. He gets kind of turned around. He's got a chance at it. Just hit a little bit too hard by Robertson. Couldn't get there in time.
Now Malik Smith. See if the Rays can pick up a run here. 1 ball, no strikes. Malik singled and scored in the 2nd inning. And a line drive to center caught by Jones in the 4th. Big cut and a miss. 1-1. To jump on the fastball, and he missed it.
Well, he got a good one to take a cut at right out over the heart of the plate.
Play, and it's a 1-2 count. Alex 4 for 14 against Gaussman in his career. Orioles scored 3 in the 2nd and 4 in the 4th inning to take this 5-run lead. The Rays single runs in the 2nd and 3rd. 3 home runs in this game, won by Kiermaier. Back-to-back home runs from Mancini and Rickard for Baltimore. Ground ball headed to short. Beckham up with it. Throw to first. Out. Boy, that's a close play. And now the throw to the plate. They're going to run Robertson back, and he is out of the baseline to call. And they went ahead and made that play just in case the Rays would have thought perhaps Smith had beaten that play at first. So the inning is over 7-2. Every weekday morning, Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp go head-to-head on the day's hottest sports topics. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, weekdays from 9:30 a.m. to noon Eastern, only on FS1. Well, we got to the bottom of the 6th. It's Trey Mancini ready to lead off for Baltimore. This pitch is up and away, 1-0. You know, interestingly enough, the Rays already burned their challenge, but it really did appear that Malik Smith may have beaten that out at first on the ground ball to Beckham.
Yeah, that's why he was so adamant and stayed on the bag for so long, asking the Rays, hey, challenge this thing. And he had a great point. Problem was there are no more challenges left for the Rays. They couldn't do it even if they wanted to. And even if they would have challenged and had it overturned, yes, it gets Malik Smith a hit. The Orioles still played that through the 4th out. Yep. Conceivably, to make sure that even if that was a play that was challenged and overturned, that they still got the out on Robertson around 3rd.
But all academic with the Rays out of challenges. Mancini's 3 for 3, opening the bottom of the 6th with this base hit. Joey Rickard. It's a pitch wide. So far, the bottom 3 in the order for Baltimore, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters are 6. They're 6 out of 7. 1-1 the count to Rickard.
This really is, I don't want to say the beauty of baseball because it's not going the Rays' way, but you're talking about the most anemic offense in baseball, and the bottom of their lineup is hammered.
This one headed toward the corner. It's going to one-hop the wall. Mancini heads to 3rd. They're going to wave him around, and the throw is not in time. Rickard had doubled, and as the ball pops away, he goes to 3rd. Rickard now with 5 runs batted in this game. Another run home. It's 8-2. When you look at what they've done, they're now 7 out of 8, the bottom 3, and the bottom 3, they've driven in all the runs. 8 runs batted in from the 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
Boy, Adames with a strong throw here, almost gave the Rays a chance. Wendell get it in, and Adames turns it loose. And that little short hop right off the chest protector.
And Joseph takes the pitch high. The Orioles with 10 hits, 7 coming from the bottom 3 of the order. 1-1 the count. Started the night hitting .231 as a team, which is 15th in the league. Little looper.
Come on.
Shallow center. That's going to fall. Rickard scores and a base hit for Joseph. Everything is falling in for Baltimore tonight. And the number 9 hitter drives in a run.
Listen, there have been some mistakes made by Jalen Beeks, but you've got to feel for him because he's made a ton of pitches resulting in poor contact. Look at Caleb Joseph. Look at his reaction. He's reacting like a guy who just got jammed in a pop-up, not an RBI single. This is getting old.
Out of 3, 8 out of 9. There's Tim Beckham. It's a strike. for that one. Down and in. Breaking ball. 0-2 count. Nobody out in the inning with 3 straight hits. Two. Jamie Schultz up in the bullpen. So down and in, blocked at the feet of Beckham, blocked by Sucre. That missed his feet. Well, Baltimore with 15 runs last night and back with 9 tonight. All driven in by the bottom of the lineup. Three runs charged to Stanek and 6 now to Beeks. Pretty close, but down and in. A full count. "75 pitches for Beeks. That's Jonathan Scope on deck. And now ball 4. Beckham is on. Pushes Joseph up to second. So the first 4 men reach in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jonathan Scope, 1 for 3. Pitch is down. Now Beeks with a strikeout in this outing, 3 walks. He's given up 6 runs, 8 hits, and some bloopers in that. But as Kevin Cash had said at the outset, it's about strike throwing for him. And that's been an issue tonight.
Yeah, it's been poor contact and some bad counts, some unnecessary walks.
See right there, 41 strikes, 37 out of the zone.
Especially when you're not an overpowering guy.
Hot shot foul. 2-1. Here in the last couple of games, the Orioles winning last night 15-5 and holding a 9-2 lead. Coming in to last night's game, they had been outscored 536 to 370. Picking up a little of that ground here. Fly ball right center for Malik Smith. He makes the catch, and the runners will hold. There was a tag by Joseph, and Beckham had gone pretty far down towards second base off first, and he got back. So Scope is out. Runners still at first and second, and the fly ball caught by Smith, the first out of the inning. Beeks now at 80 pitches. And the only hitter in the lineup not to reach base for the Orioles is standing in right now. It's Adam Jones. fouls it right back into the screen. Jones grounded into a double play in the first, facing Stanek. His other two at bats have been against Beeks with a ground ball to third and a strikeout swinging. He got him with a breaking ball to strike him out in the 5th inning. And a liner into left. Now he has a hit. Joseph will score. Beckham goes to third, throw to second, and safely in there. Jones with a double and a run batted in. It's 10-2. So now everybody in this lineup has reached base. Kevin Cash will head to the mound. Pitching change coming here. Call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Jackpot scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery are a new spin on a classic. They're loaded with prizes from $10,000 to $2 million. So unleash the excitement anytime. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket. Claim it. 3 1/3 for Beeks. He leaves with 1 out here in the 6th. A couple men on base. He's been charged with 7 runs so far. 82 pitches. Oh, there can't be weather threatening, can there?
No. Something with the baseline, D-Wayne.
I got you. Okay, good.
Listen, we told her we needed to see her on the field, and even with the delay yesterday, that didn't happen. That was something that was built in before the game. Once the game started, we didn't see her. But Nicole did get on the field. There was a wink and a point, and it was taken care of.
There you go. Orioles running a rut at the baseline up the first base side there. Enough of that.
Oh, I mean, there's some truth to that. It has been busy. Jamie Schultz comes on now for the 8th time, looking to slow down this Oriole offense. A lot of strikeouts, 18 and 10 2/3, but goes back to what you said about Jalen Beeks, Dwayne. Strike throwing.
Yep. It's all coming apart here, including the mask of Sucre. Trying to do a little repair work himself while the dugout searches for another mask.
I would say the broadcast a little wobbly too.
Truck says everything's great down there, so you know where that leaves us. So men at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Mark Trumbo, the hitter, to face Jamie Schultz. The first pitch, 94, is in for a strike. Well, the last couple games here, the Orioles have not been the kindest of hosts. 15 runs last night. They have 10 tonight. strike. Corner. 0-2. Schultz pitched 3 innings against the Yankees on Wednesday in the Rays' 3-2 win over New York at Tropicana Field. Foul out of play. Trumbo had a base hit in the 5th. Run out to center and hit a ground ball to second. Down and away. Be quick back there. Sucre with Schultz on the mound. Stanek was the opener. Gave up 3 runs on a couple hits in 2 innings. Beeks charged with 7. Ball keeps the count at 1-2. Beckham, who's at third now, has been on base out the leadoff spot 3 times with 3 walks. Scored a single in the 5th. Jones, the last man to reach base safely in this lineup, has just doubled home a run. Behind him, Trumbo singled in the 5th. Davis with a couple walks. Valencia with a single. Then you get into the bottom 3 of the order, and that's where all the trouble has been. Upstairs, 2-2. Mancini 3 for 3 with a home run, 2 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored. Rickard 3 for 3 with a homer and 2 doubles, 5 RBIs. And Joseph 2 for 3 with a run scored and 2 runs batted in. Fly ball to center. Kiermaier's there to make the catch. A tag at third. And Beckham will score. Holding at second is Jones. Trumbo drives in a run. That's charged to Beeks. And it's 11-2. Sacrifice fly. Trumbo picks up his 29th run batted into the year. Jones still at second with 2 outs. Chris Davis to become the 8th man to walk to the plate in the 6th inning for Baltimore. Their second 4-run inning of the night. 1-0. Mancini, Rickard, Joseph, and Beckham, who all reached to open the inning, have all scored. Adam Jones, who doubled in a run, is at second. And it's 1-1. Well, the Orioles scored 15 runs total last night, 11 in their last 2 innings. And they've scored 11 runs here as we play in the 6th inning tonight.
And coming into this series, they had scored the fewest runs per game of any team in Major League Baseball. I mean, that's just how this game sometimes works out. The moment you think you figure it out,
yep,
you get something like this.
So right now in the last 7 2/3 innings, they've scored 22 runs.
Hard to believe. Hard to believe. I wonder if they've scored that many since the All-Star break.
Yep.
Coming in to that period of time.
Big cut and a miss. Davis Takes the count to 2-2 now. Davis trying to unload on that one. Did he go a little high, and there's no appeal down to third. Full count. That's going to be fair. Bowers makes the play unassisted. 8 men come to the plate. The Orioles have built an 11-2 lead.
It has been all extra base hits. Little ambush action in his first at bat off of Ryan Stanek, the home run. Drops this double in right inside the line in right field. That would clear the bases. Bases were juice. That was a 3-run double. And then gets this cutter down and in and rips it into the corner off the wall. Drives in another. Joey Rickard has had quite the night down there at the bottom of the order, and that really goes for all of them down there, as you pointed out. 7, 8, 9 have won the day, won the night, I should say, for the Orioles in this one.
Well, the opener was Stanek, Beeks followed, and now Schultz in this game. For the Rays, the 7th inning will find Sucre leading off. Pitch is a strike. Well, here's what the bottom of the lineup has done. And Rickard with that career tying 5-run batted in game. Ground ball picked up by Scope. A nice play and a lot of time to make the throw. So that's the first out. By the way, the other time Rickard drove in 5 runs in the game this year against the Rays here in Baltimore on the 13th of May.
Was that the 17-1 ball game?
That was the 17-1 game when he hit 2 home runs and drove in 5 runs. And he has 5 runs batted in with a home run and 2 doubles tonight. Adames. Ball, no strikes. So Rickard now has 18 runs batted in for the year. At least 10 of those are against the Rays.
And half of his home runs.
Yep. Punishing the Rays.
13 13 of the 18, according to the truck.
Yep. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah, because he had 3 last night.
But this game sometimes is confounding. 13 out of 18. Saves his best for the Rays. Well, think about this. So you've got the Rays, who lead Major League Baseball in one-run games, play tight games all the time. Their biggest beatings have come at the hands of the most anemic offense in baseball.
Yeah, Baltimore.
17-1 last night. Tonight's not very pretty.
Yep. Ground ball. There's a base hit up the middle for Adames. So he's aboard. Here we are in the top of the 7th. 1 on, 1 out. Stay tuned in the middle of the 7th for the Ram game break, brought to you by the all-new 2019 Ram 1500. Mike Wright Jr. is up in the bullpen now for Baltimore. Kevin Kiermaier stepping into the batter's box for the Rays. 1 on, 1 out in the 7th. Strike 1. Two. 8 runs charged to Beeks, 3 to Stanek. The Rays have 2 off Kevin Gossman. Still 2 strikes. Ball, 2 strikes. Two. The other way. You know, thinking about that 17-1 game. That was a game started here in the middle of May by Blake Snell, Kittredge, Pruitt, Rowe, and Johnny Field. Finished up that game. So the Rays have, on 5 occasions, had a position player pitch, and 3 of those appearances have been against Baltimore. Kiermaier out on strikes. Compounds the situation even more.
It really does. It really does. Good breaking ball right here by Gossman. This team has had so much trouble scoring runs when you think about how one-dimensional they are as far as the long ball goes. Not a lot of team speed. They don't steal too many bases. They don't take many walks. They don't play small ball.
The fly ball into right. Duffy hits it right to Rickard. So the Rays are out in the 7th. No runs, a hit, and a man left. Let's go to Rich and Doug in the studio for a Ram game break. Oriole Park. Baltimore fans taking their 7th inning stretch. Well, it's been a big night for the Baltimore offense and a good night for Kevin Gossman, their big right-hander.
Well, you know, he does it again. He gets deep into the game, 7 innings, gives up just the 2 runs. However, you know, the Rays 9 hits. He's been able to get the big outs when need be. Early on, they had a lot of base runners against him, but when you think about this double play right there, good arm strength by Scope to finish that one off. The good breaking ball right there to get Kiermaier. And so Kevin Gossman has made his offense hold up. And Jamie Schultz back out there, bottom of 7.
Danny Valencia will lead off. There's a single and a run scored. Not an official member of that 7, 8, and 9 club that this lineup has, but he nevertheless has a single and a run scored. Fouls away that first pitch, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. 3 runs charged to Stanek. 8 runs charged to Beeks. 2-1 on a pitch inside. Schultz behind 3-1. Schultz had gone 2-2 in 24 appearances at Durham. A couple of starts in that mix. And an earned run average of 3. Little tap back to the mound. The toss to first. In time, Valencia is out to begin the bottom of the 7th. Well, Trey Mancini, 3 for 3 tonight. Into the bottom 3 brigade in the Baltimore lineup. Bottom 3, 8 of 9. With 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. 9 runs batted in from the bottom 3. 1 strike to count. And 1. Could not catch up to the 95-mile-per-hour fastball. It's 1-2. Ball that's going to hit up the middle into center field, and Mancini is 4 for 4. Still can't get the bottom of the order out. Only 1 out recorded from the bottom of the lineup tonight.
You got to try to limit mistakes. You see where that pitch was. It stayed up, the breaking ball, and it just popped into center field.
Rickard has homered, doubled, and doubled again. This is a fastball, strike 1. A 5 RBI night for Rickard. And a popper into shallow right. And Malik Smith with a little basket catch out there. And even to retire one of these guys, it's not a sure thing.
I think Malik Smith hearing some footsteps. Daniel Robertson coming out there, and it's not exactly how you draw it up. It works.
Well, before that pop, the bottom three of the order had been 9 out of 10 in this game. There's a ball to Joseph, 1-0. Foul the other way, 1-1. To strike 1 and 2. Stanek, Beeks, and Schultz for the Rays. On the play it goes. The right side, that will slice out of play back into the seats. The pitch is high to take it to 2-2. Ground ball, that's up the middle. A 3-hit night for Joseph. On his way to third, Mancini. Second hit given up by Schultz. Both in this inning to the 7th place hitter and the 9th place hitter.
Caleb Joseph, he keeps it rolling down there at the bottom, pulls his hand through, uses the middle of the field. I mean, can't figure these guys out here tonight.
10 of 12, the bottom three in the order tonight.
With how many RBIs?
9.
Wow.
9 of the 11 runs batted in. Beckham did go on the appeal. Strike 1. Beckham has walked 3 times. Got it into a double play. Trying to hold up. Catch up there. Tried to hold up the first time, tried to catch up the second time, and finds himself down 0-2.
Never got that front foot down in time. By the time he planted, watch how late the foot is getting down. Almost by you at that point.
And out on strikes, the high fastball takes care of Beckham. On to the 8th inning we go, 11-2 Baltimore. Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by your local Honda dealer. In Baltimore, no rain tonight. A pleasant evening, but the Orioles have rained runs on the Rays. And Kevin Gossman, who started this game, has held the Rays to just 2 runs. Now he turns it over to Mike Wright Jr.
Well, he is on for the 29th time. He's got a perfect record, ERA of 4.58 in 55 innings, and looking up to clean up this 8th inning following Kevin Gossman, who threw 7 strong innings, gave up 9 hits but just 2 earned runs.
Jake Bauers, the first man to face Wright, and a cut and a miss, strike 1. Couple of runs on 9 hits in 7 innings against Gossman. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a home run. Look out up the middle, but right there is Beckham. And Bauers is out number 1 in the 8th inning. Alvarado up in the bullpen, the big lefty for the Rays. 21,526 watching here in Baltimore tonight. And 4 members of the Dargakis family. Our low third cameraman, his wife, and their 3 triplets, Christina, Jonathan, and Alexander, tuning in to watch the Rays here tonight in Florida. 1 strike to count. C.J. Cron up there. Ball, 1 strike. Two and 1. Rays have been out hit 14-9 in that department. Ground ball up the middle, and Scope is there to make this play. 2 gone. Coming up just a bit later, Rays Live, the post game, presented by W.B. Mason. Rich and Doug anchoring the coverage, and they'll try to make sense of Baltimore's 7, 8, and 9 hitters. I hope they do a better job than we've done. I'll tell you, they have been tough. We'll hear from Kevin Cash and get an update on the Rays minor league system. Joey Wendell. Wendell 1 for 3 tonight. Two outs, bases empty. One. High popper on the infield. Scope is there, and it's a 1-2-3-8. Bottom of inning 8 coming. 11-2 Baltimore. Bottom of the 8th inning. Joey Rickard and Trey Mancini. Big nights tonight. Mancini 4 for 4 with his 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. Rickard 3 for 4 with a home run in the 2nd and 5 runs batted in.
Stop the trend. It's been the even numbers. The 2nd, the 4th, the 6th. Let's not let this thing get out of control here in the 8th. Kind of already is, but.
Well, Jose Alvarado will be charged with that responsibility. He follows Stanek, Beeks, and Schultz.
Well, he's on for the 45th time. Good ERA, 2.57. Just over a strikeout an inning. He does a great job too, as you can see. Just 1 home run given up. Keep the ball in the yard. Limit your walks. You can do that, and he could do a better job of that. That's something, he's got great stuff. He's in the zone and just off the edges. He is extremely difficult to deal with.
Now Jonathan Scope takes a strike. Scope single in the 5th. And he hits one deep to left. Wendell back, and that ball will be caught by Wendell. Jonathan Scope making a bid for another home run. He's hit home runs in 5 consecutive games. And Wendell went back there to grab that one and deny Scope a possible home run here in the 8th.
The most hated man in Baltimore resides in left field for the Rays. Well, that breaking ball, and it looked like that was a done deal, baby. And look at Joey Wendell.
Yes, he took it away. And look at Scope. He thought he had another one. And Wendell denies him his 17th home run of the year and his 6th consecutive game with a home run.
Joey Wendell's giant glove.
It's the giant glove. That's what it does for you. Rob's hitters have home runs. Ground ball up the middle. Adames is there and makes the throw to first. So 2 gone now. Yeah, how about that? 5 straight games with home runs and denied one there. Boy, upon contact, I think everybody here thought that ball was going to get out. A strike to Trumbo. Major league record for most consecutive games hitting at least a home run is 8. Dale Long did it for the Pirates in 1956, and Don Mattingly for the Yankees. Ken Griffey Jr. for Seattle, and Alvarado can't get there in time. Made contact before that ball rolled into foul territory, and that's a base hit for Trumbo.
Well, and again, you know, listen, Jose Alvarado is wanting Kevin Cash to take a look at that. They don't have any more challenges. I don't think that message has gotten through the Rays dugout yet.
Yeah, that went away early.
And by the way, I think if it's a call, fair or foul, before it gets to the bag, you can't challenge it anyway.
That's right.
And here's the chopper. Let's see if he does make contact. He just. I don't think he did. He may be right again.
Yeah.
But they can't do anything about it.
That goes with the rest of the night. It's 15 hits now for Baltimore. Trumbo, who's hit some long home runs in his career, has one of his shortest hits there. Here's Chris Davis. Pitch is down. Oh, strike, 1-1. 2-1 count. A 2-2 count. Fly ball into center. Kiermaier's there to make the catch. No runs a hit, and the man left. On to the 9th inning, 11-2.
Jonathan Schoop making a bid for 6 in a row. And Joey Wendell and his glove of many colors goes up there to make the grab, robbing Jonathan Schoop of a home run. That would have been 6 straight games. That would have been 7 of his last 8. And Joey Wendell said, not tonight. Not a whole lot has gone well for us, but you're not getting another home run.
And as we go to the 9th inning, with the Rays down 11-2, David Hess is the new pitcher. Hess on the mound. Peterson will go to right field after hitting for Jones. Rickard moves over to play center. Jones out of the game. Daniel Robertson, the first man to face Hess. Which is a strike. Robertson on twice tonight. He walked in the 4th inning, doubled in the 6th. Pops it up. That's a foul ball. Joseph gives it a look, but it's back into the stands. Gossman, who figures to be the winner, he was after his 5th win. Worked 7 innings, 2 runs, 9 hits. Mike Wright Jr. 1 perfect inning in the 8th, and now it's Hess. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Close right there. 2-2. Rays saw Hess earlier this year here in Baltimore in game 1 of the doubleheader and lost to him 6-3 when he matched up against Archer. Oh, hit by a pitch. Daniel Robertson to shake that one off. He was hit by a pitch last night, so that's the 12th time this year Robertson's been hit by a pitch.
How about this? And it's just a breaking ball that gets away from Hess. The glancing blow, you hope, as you see it graze right off that left hand, the knuckle area.
Now Malik Smith. This misses upstairs. Robertson on for the 3rd time. That's a strike to Malix at the top of the zone with a fastball. Hess, 24 years old. Out of the 2014 June draft. A foul down behind Ozzie Timmons and beyond.
Nice play. Stay with it.
Right to the very end here.
You know, listen,
in the 9th inning.
Yeah. Been Baltimore's night. Last couple, actually. Rays get a chance for a quick turnaround and try to earn what looks like a split tomorrow afternoon in this series.
And Smith out in front of that. There's the first out in the 9th. Yeah, the Rays came into this game 53 and 51. And they look toward tomorrow. They'd like to go home over 500 and open a 3-team homestand. Be home for a while.
Now they're in a nice stretch of getting a chance to be at Tropicana Field. Well, that was after the beginning of the season, where seemingly the Rays on the road constantly.
Well, they played 64% of their road games by the All-Star break. That gives you an idea of what the road schedule was like.
4 straight 3-city trips. Those are always very challenging. So it's nice to get a 3-team homestand. You're going to be there for a while.
One ball, one strike.
And of course, the trade deadline comes up, or is that Tuesday?
Yep. One ball, one strike. Fly ball back into center. Will be caught by Rickard. Yeah, I think the deadline is at 4 o'clock, I think, Tuesday.
4 in the afternoon.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. A lot could happen between now and then.
Yep.
A lot of discussion. A lot of discussion apparently about Chris Archer still. A number of clubs, what we're hearing. Willie Adames cutting the miss, strike one. Adames had a base hit in the 7th inning. Rays have had 9 hits, but all of that leading to only 2 runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. A pop fly out from second, Scope into center field to make the catch, and in this one, Rays leave a man in the 9th inning, drop this game 11-2, 11-15-0 for Baltimore, 2-9-0 for the Rays. Gossman the winner, Stanek the losing pitcher. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the